Hello guys, welcome back to Avanishville. Today I'm going to be ranking every single boss fight in Mario Tennis Fever. So this might sound weird because it's a Mario Tennis game. It's like a tennis game and I'm ranking every single boss fight in it. But Mario Tennis games are just different than other tennis games, or just tennis in that matter. So this is part of Bill's Mario's Ranks series. So yeah, before we get started though, let's talk about some rules. The rules are simple. I am ranking these boss fights based on how fun and creative they are, as well as the design of the boss fight itself. So, fun, as in, can I replay that again? Creativity, as in what you do in the game when you're fighting it, and boss fight, like the design, as in like how it looks. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And number 8 is Bowser's Battleship. You might not know, but this is an actual boss fight. Bowser's Battleship boss fight is the first boss fight of the game, but that isn't the reason why this is in last place. Unlike the other boss fights which feel like regular boss fights, Battleship doesn't move like a regular boss fight, means that it is too easy and weird in a sense, because I didn't think an actual Battleship, I know you do boss fights in a Battleship, but I didn't think you'd be fighting the actual Battleship. In the middle of this boss fight, you battle Baby Wario and Baby Waluigi, but what makes it bad is because you go against them in many times throughout the game, before this encounter and after this encounter, which makes us tired of them at that point in the game already. You might not be so super tired of them already, but at this point, but I think you played them 2 or 3 times already. So yeah, this makes this boss fight the worst out of all the other boss fights. So this is not a pretty bad boss fight. It's actually it's a mid boss fight. Yeah. Also, the only thing you really learn in this is just pressing A, B, or Y, and just that you had to hit every single thing there. That's attack. You don't even learn to aim because the Battleship is just so big. Even when you're doing against Baby Wario and Baby Waluigi, it's not even aiming anyway. You just hit some bombs. I don't know. Wait, no, not bombs. No, yeah. The fire effect. So all you gotta do is just to have some fast reflexes and not touch the ground. And number 7, which is drastically better, is the Lightning Cheep Chomp. From this point on, all the boss fights are really good. It's starting at the bottom is the Lightning Cheep Chomp. This is actually a pretty good boss fight. And the fever racket this guy eats is my favorite out of the regular fever rackets. So just a regular the Taifu, Flame, Ice, and this is Lightning. And the mud racket is kind of included, I guess. But the amount of time it takes to beat this boss is really long. And while bosses in this game have repetition, as in every single type of attack they do, and every single time you had to try to hit them is the same. The cheap ships you use to hit this guy doesn't do a lot of damage because this takes a stupidly long time to defeat this guy. And all the special attacks that Lightning Cheep Chomp does are challenging to avoid and engaging, but it just takes too long to be a fun fight after a long time. So this is a fun fight, but after a while it isn't as fun. What's more fun is that Donkey Kong is your partner instead of Baby Mario. Instead of Baby Luigi. And this is the first I would consider real type of boss fight. That you play with the doubles. Because in the first actual boss fight that I consider, it's just a solo. Not even Baby Luigi is in it. But anyway, number 6 is the Ice Chomp. The Ice Chomp is what I consider the first real boss fight of the game, as it isn't just some target but something that does actual attacks. The Battleship also does some attacks, but yeah. Being the first real boss fight that I consider, this guy's attacks are actually pretty good, as hoops tried to attack you. They're your balls, as in the tennis ball, I guess. And you had to hit him after breaking a bunch of ice, shielding him. When you do hit him, he uses the ice abilities. He has to shoot some ice balls at you that are really hard to dodge sometimes. The boss fight has the kind of difficulty level you need for a boss fight, and also doesn't go on for too long. Because when you hit it, it does some type of damage, you know you only hit him 3 times in this entire thing, just like other boss fights, like in regular Mario games. And also this guy eats the ice racket, which is why he has ice powers and why he's an ice chomp, which is really cool. It's like a chain chomp but has ice powers and can fly. I guess it's because he's loose or something. Top 5. I'm not doing that kind of thing in this because this is like a short video anyway. Number 5 is King Hisstocrat. King Hisstocrat is a boss fight from Super Mario 3D World, and while this fight is fun, it doesn't live up to the greatness this guy achieved in Super Mario 3D World. As in, like, it isn't as fun as it was in Super Mario 3D World, because it's a tennis game opposed to platforming game, but it could at least been more fun, honestly. But anyway, there are a lot of other Hisstocrats that you have to attack while attacking the king, which is nice because it adds more difficulty while keeping the fight engaging, as well as pushing the raft you are on far away. And while you are coming back, him and his team, as in the other Hisstocrats, because there's no Queen Hisstocrat here, attacks you, which you have to dodge. This fight does everything right, but doesn't live up to the Super Mario 3D World version. That's the only bad thing about this guy. This guy is pretty good to fight, solid fight too. There's that doesn't give the magic that Super Mario 3D World gave. And number 4, I think you've seen because of the glitch thing, is the first Heavy Scuttlebug. The first Heavy Scuttlebug boss fight is the more simpler version of the two, and that makes this one not as good because at this point in the game, I've probably I wouldn't say this is a because, but you have probably mastered a lot of techniques like using the correct type of shot and aiming. While this boss fight introduces you to protect your teammate, because after hitting him a bunch of times with the spiders, he launches a strong attack that can defeat your teammate if you don't react quickly enough. This has a lot of challenge because the game doesn't teach you about this type of attack. You have to experience it yourself to learn about it. So I wouldn't say this is anything bad per se. I would say the second one is more engaging because it's a longer boss fight, which like I said, did lower the lightning Cheep Chomp over the first the ice chomp, but it isn't super duper long as like the lightning Cheep Chomp. It's just a little longer that I would say keeps you engaged long enough to make it a better boss fight, because this is more like the beginner one. Like, you're learning these things for the first time, and this is the first Scuttlebug you kill, I guess, or defeat in this, so it has to be the most simplest. But that's also the reason why it's at number 4 and not at number 3. And at number 3 is the second Heavy Scuttlebug. The second Heavy Scuttlebug boss fight is definitely the better boss fight out of the two, because you already experienced a signature attack. It does it multiple times from different angles. There's a big difference between the two, other than the time you take. While this doesn't feel like that big of a difference, you know how like there's boulders, right, that like come as you're like hitting him. So obviously there's more aiming to do in this than the first one, so that's pretty good too. It teaches you more stuff. But also this means that you had to get ready for the different angle because he comes to the side, and that makes dodging the boulders that come a little differently. Like, it's not more difficult if you are prepared, or not prepared because you might not know, but are at least ready, like pretty fast. But it would be more difficult for the people who are not ready. This and the fact that this boss fight takes a little longer to finish means there's a bigger challenge to this boss fight than the first boss fight. First boss fight in the sense that the first Heavy Scuttlebug, not the first boss fight in the entire game. And number 2 is Petey Piranha. The Petey Piranha boss fight is the first boss fight you play with Daisy as a partner. And this is the first boss fight where the actual fight is just a regular tennis match, but more intense. That idea is amazing because it's just a tennis match, which I already have experience with, because that's what you did this in the entire training academy. And then adding way more challenge to it that makes his boss fight amazing. Petey Piranha uses a mud racket, and when he uses his fever shot, you had to hit it back, and when the ball gets bigger than Baby Mario himself, you hit it onto him, and then after you had to do a fever shot together with Daisy to deliver a high damage attack to Petey. This boss fight takes the actual tennis game and then uses every special mechanic in Mario Tennis Fever to make it a boss fight. So this is actually a pretty good thing to do, because it's like you're just playing a nice match with a bad guy. Pretty simple, right? And then he suddenly like does a fever shot, which happens to be mud. And then you had to hit the mud back, and after he hits it back, and after he hits it back, after that a couple of times, it becomes super gigantic. I feel like it's even bigger than Daisy, maybe. And after that, you had to use your tiny racket to hit that big ball to knock down Petey Piranha. And then after that, you had to do a fever shot together with Daisy. And you might be asking, how do you even do that? Like, it's not like you can read the CPU's mind, and the CPU can't read your mind. Well, luckily, it stays at the bottom, because I would say it would be impossible to time it, especially if it doesn't tell you. So, yeah. And also, I'm pretty sure Daisy only does the fever shot when you press the fever shot button anyway, so nothing too difficult there. I mean, even if difficulty is part of a boss fight, not everything, it shouldn't be so difficult where it's at that point you just rage quit or something. Like, the boss fight should make you rage quit. It should just make you better and make the game more engaging to you. And I don't think super duper difficulty is the right way to do that. Like, difficulty, yes, is the right way, right direction, but super duper, as in like basically doing 10 times as much difficulty or even 20 times, I don't think that's a good thing for your audience, especially like little kids. At number 1, which you probably know if you probably played Mario Tennis Fever, and if you haven't, I don't think this is still a big surprise, because I would say Bowser isn't he like the main boss fight in like pretty much every single game? So probably not anyway, unless you never seen Bowser, like never heard about Mario before. This is your first Mario video, then yeah, I guess. At number 1 is King Scuttlebug and Bowser. This takes a regular tennis match boss fight from Petey Piranha, and then takes a non-tennis match boss fight from the second Heavy Scuttlebug. The reason why I'm saying second Heavy Scuttlebug and not first is because this takes longer than the first Heavy Scuttlebug, which makes it feel like the second Heavy Scuttlebug. And then combines them. This takes the good things from 2 different types of boss fight styles, and that makes this boss fight amazing. Just because this is the final boss fight doesn't mean it's reason why this is the highest, but because of its uniqueness of both fighting 2 different villains and combining 2 things, where you first do a regular tennis match with Bowser, so nothing too crazy, right? Like, nothing too intense. Like, it's just a regular match, guys. Like, there's nothing to worry about. It's just you and a fire-breathing giant turtle that's playing against you, and you're a baby human, so nothing to worry about. And King Scuttlebug, and this is actually the funny part, he occasionally uses Bowser when he's in his shell as a tennis ball. They toss it with his web. And what's even funnier is that you hit him, because he's a tennis ball, right? So you had to hit him anyway. And seeing that is so funny, but also feels more unique compared to the other boss fights. This also uses multiple different types of multiple as in 2 fever rackets. The ice racket, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the ice racket, and the volcano racket. So that's fun. Anyway, thank you. So yeah, this didn't take as long, because it's only like 8. I mean, technically you could say 7, because the 2 Heavy Scuttlebug boss fights are super similar. So I guess you could combine them just with a few differences they had to say. But like that there are, but kind of small. But anyway, I did 8 because it would be more specific. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, as I'd really appreciate it. Also, please share this video with your friends and family, as I would get more views and potentially more subscribers. But more importantly, more people would enjoy my videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.